Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Cosmic Truth Remembrance, Embracing Our Galactic Self. The Cosmic Truth Conference is bringing together a powerful array of masterful, visionary ascension guides who will share transformational, expanding, and liberating multidimensional wisdom. We are invited to remember our deep, authentic cosmic identity, and we are invited to reclaim our sovereignty as galactic divine humans so that all together we create a potent force of collective liberation, ushering in the new Earth. I'm Annelise Acharia, host, and I'm thrilled to welcome Rebecca Dawson. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, it's lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you for being here with us. So let me introduce you to everyone. Rebecca Dawson is an international consultant, speaker, and author who has been channeling since a spontaneous event at the age of 18. With over 25 years of delivering wisdom and teaching from multiple aspects of Source, including Masters Serapis Bey, Master Saint Germain, and Master Kuthumi, she delivers current, leading-edge information about humanity's paradigm shift to multidimensional experience, the mechanics of reality, and the human blueprint. Rebecca works internationally and collaboratively in many fields, including natural medicine, business, education, and new technologies. And she's becoming recognized as a teacher of teachers, assisting those already working in the field of new energy to amplify their capacity. Rebecca has facilitated over 2,000 channeled sessions and has conducted dozens of workshops, seminars, and retreats all over the world. She is the author of 4 books: The New Human Experience, The Game of Purpose, The Agreement, and Fu, The Return of the Magnetic Human. She currently resides in Australia and she travels the world sharing her perspectives. You can find her on her website, rebeccadawson.net. So, Rebecca, your topic for today is the Masters Creators of the Cosmos. So it's so, take it in because it's so powerful. So to begin, could you start by sharing what is the original human blueprint and how has it evolved over time?
Well, it's a fascinating concept, this idea that humanity has an original template or blueprint that might be different from how we are experiencing ourselves and humanity now. And it's something that the masters have spoken about over many years. And more recently, we've been discovering what that means in terms of our capacities and what our bodies can do and what our nature, our true nature is as humans. But what's been interesting to me, particularly because this is what excites me, this is what I enjoy discovering more about as a channeler, is that we're starting to realize that there is a very specific template and a very specific way of understanding what humans were designed for that's starting to become more and more obvious to us. And even though these concepts about original templates and original humans have been alluded to over so many years, we're now beginning to discover what that actually means. So if I were to encapsulate that very, very briefly, what we understand at this time, and it always changes because the more we evolve as humans, the more we are able to understand our multidimensionality, is that our design was something that was dreamed up, was created with an idea that humans would become the ultimate creative species, which would mean that we would have the ability to create matter and create form in an unlimited number of ways, which is why our Earth was described as the Galactic Garden of Eden to many other galactic systems. And it was not originally a closed system, because if it was a closed system, we would have a ceiling or a limitation on the types of permutations and fractalizations that we could create. So the original human really was designed to continuously create reality. And that's something that we have forgotten over many eons within this reality.
it's really fascinating and so beautiful to have this perspective. And as you were saying, and I really I agree, and I think that it's because we are evolving that now we are more and more ready to understand those types of concepts, and what we are as a species and what we are as a as as a expression of source. So as to continue and to follow on your first on your what you were saying on the blueprint, I would love to hear how our body is inherently designed for this creation of matter and also for immortality.
Well, I mean, I could speak for hours on this. And actually, I just finished doing a 4-hour seminar about this in the last 2 weeks. We're discovering more and more about the immortal nature of the human template and how that's limited by our understanding of time, and that the Earth's been existing within a time loop, which gives us some sense of immortality because we can still reach a limitation and regenerate ourselves, but we're not able to do it within the same physiological system. So it's fascinating to me that the masters have shared that the original design is that we could reset the same physiological system over and over and over again to so that we could create more, in essence. And they have shared recently that it was the introduction of a different human template that that created the experience of humanity that we have now, which is a lot more limited. And the current version of human design that we have is highly programmable. It's carbon-based. They've suggested that the original human blueprint was not carbon-based. And it was this introduction of the carbon-based human design that enabled humanity to become more thought-focused and move into an understanding that thought can create reality, not so much the life essence within ourselves creating reality. So I feel that in recent centuries, in recent millennia, we've come to understand how our thoughts can create our reality, but there's a lot more grandiose capacity for us to create even beyond using our thoughts. There's something more powerful within us that creates reality. So time has been a big factor in that, and the creation of perpetual time loops, which we've understood as our karmic system, that's enabled us to recreate, but always in a different form, always in a different version, rather than from the same design.
And always in a closed loop, as you were saying, and that's why we've been repeating all those lives and learning still, but being so contained within this. And to just you just mentioned something which I would like you to elaborate, if it's possible, on this fact that we were made to create. I mean, our original blueprint was made to create. So if we create matter and we create our experience and we create time, how does it all work out finally?
Well, I might get the masters to come in and explain that, because they're much better at it than I am. But my personal understanding, my human mind understanding, is that we didn't necessarily create time, that time was an introduced condition that put a limitation on the amount of fractalization that could occur. And that limitation enclosed the holographic reality that was the Earth system so that it could be manageable. In other words, so that it didn't outgrow the interests of the designers themselves, the original conceptualization of it. So that's been described to me in a number of different ways. I've had it described in certain channelings that the Earth or the Milky Way is described as Andromeda 2, is Andromeda 1, Andromeda 2. So that suggested that perhaps it was the Andromedans that came up with this concept of this experiment of what it would be like to create within this system. We've had the masters talk about a multidimensional state of timelessness, and within that timelessness, they wanted to just, essence of source in that state of timelessness wanted to discover what could happen when you could actually have templates that were fixed, because nothing in a state of timelessness is fixed. What happens when you have a fixed design? Can you create from a fixed design? So all of these considerations has led to what we are experiencing now. However, the current experience of Earth reality, as we have known it for at least the last 300,000 years, has been within this closed time loop system that's been very difficult for us to evolve out of. We can only evolve to a certain point, and then we go back and start again, which to me personally makes sense when we hear about the 5 different resets that have happened for the Earth reality through ice ages or other topographical events.
So this really brings to me the fact that we are really truly evolving now. We are really opening to those new energies coming in and helping us to get out of those loops and get out of this closed experience that we've been living for eons. Why at the moment, this brings this question to me, is that why at this moment now, unpredictability and disruption is such an important experience? Is it something to trigger us to move forward, or how do you see that?
Well, we would say that it's not in the nature of the original human design to be predictable or to be repetitive. Because if you look around into nature and the natural systems of this planet, there's no 2 things that are the same. And even though we see cycles, nothing ever happens the same way twice. And yet we exist within a world where all of the systems are designed to make sure that we have consistency and that we can repeat the same thing twice. We've become factories of creation where it's about repetition. And so that's not natural. That's that carbon-based template for repetition, or cloning of experience. There's a term that the Earth has really developed into that's not natural. So when we start to see disruption and unpredictability, it's a sign that we're actually becoming more naturalized again. And we see this in how society looks at the weather systems. We like to be able to predict our seasons. We like to be able to say, well, this is supposed to happen and this isn't supposed to happen. But even that is prediction and repetition, and humans like to predict things, and they like things to be consistent because it makes them feel like they're in control, or at least the illusion of control. So if we're being disrupted and there's a lack of consistency at this time, not only around us, but in ourselves, how we feel from day to day, energy levels, and motivated, not motivated, happy, sad. It's so unpredictable from moment to moment. It's showing us that we're moving out of this time loop and out of repeated, predictable experience.
It's so beautiful and so inspiring. Really, it makes me want to cry and want to shout, because it's so exciting also to be able to live this at this moment, to have this experience now. And actually, you've been speaking about naturality, and this really makes me think of our Mother Earth and our planet Gaia. So do you have anything maybe to tell us about how she feels about all of this, and how, I know, of course, she's really helping us, and more than helping us, she's really carrying us out of this loop and out of this, and to our new future as galactic humans. So do you have any insight on this?
Yes, I'd like to dive in, if that's okay, and have the masters answer that question, because I think they're going to answer it in a way that I probably wouldn't answer it. So
Sure.
that's what they're telling me.
Thank you.
Greetings to you, blessed ones. We are with you. How humans view the earth reality and how they indeed view and experience what you know as Gaia is entirely dependent from the vibrational frequency that one is viewing from. And so while humans will look at the planet and say, here is an incredible consciousness, however, there is a problem here, the earth itself does not experience problem. The earth itself is already in a natural state of evolution and has continued to expand and fractalize its own template and its own blueprint for reality beyond what the current form of humanity has been able to feel, sense, or experience. In many ways, we would say that Gaia has evolved beyond what humanity has been able to witness. And so the awakening of humanity during this incredible shift, this expansion of vibration, is enabling humanity to now see how the Gaia experience is already there. It's helping humanity to see what they could not see, feel, or sense before, when in a sense of containment. The earth reality itself does not exist within a cycle. We would say it does not even move in a cycle around your sun. Your scientists are yet to discover that the Gaia pulses in and out of your dimensional fabric, just like the sun pulses in and out of the dimensional fabric. The pulse that humans sense within the earth, and even the pulse you feel within your own bodies at this time, is this pulsing in and out of the plasmic field of dimensional reality. So Gaia itself has already evolved beyond where humanity has evolved. It is only humanity itself that has had a limitation on its own experience. And so when you begin to see the new insects, when you begin to experience the new fishes, when you begin to discover new colors and new fragrances with your senses, you will know that you have moved now beyond the containment of this third, fourth dimensional time experience. And now you are awakening within the Gaia that has evolved beyond what you have been able to witness. Yes. How glorious that you are being welcomed back into the embrace of timelessness. Blessed ones, we are with you. And indeed, this is a celebration, and this conversation is a celebration. The inevitability of your awakening is here. And many of your galactic brothers and sisters are celebrating the fullness of this awakening as the note, the tone, the sound of humanity joins with the sound of Gaia. And once again, the entire harmonic chord of your galactic system can finally be experienced. Just as what you discovered to be the energy centers in your body are now finally beginning to sound their harmonious chord. Do you have a question for us in this moment, Blessed One?
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, and thank you. But I'm taking everything in. It's so beautiful, and I just want to thank you. Maybe the question now would be, are we progressing, and how is humanity progressing now at this stage of, at which stage of ascension, or I don't know how to qualify it, at which stage of the new human are we now? Maybe that's a question that I would ask.
Well, it's fascinating because humans like to measure, do they not? That is the nature of Maya. It's the distance measured. That in itself is the illusion. So we would prefer to respond in this way. Humanity in its core, humanity at the heart of its essence is already in complete coherence with Gaia and with your galactic brothers and sisters. It is only that you have not been able to sense it as so. So in our view, ascension is nothing more than you becoming aware of what already is. And when you have this experience of awareness of what already is, when humanity realizes that the earth is already here, that you are already all that you can be, this is indeed the lifting of the veil. Here, there is no problem to be solved. It is as it is, as it is, as it is. And then there is celebration and joy in the hearts of humanity. For would you not wish for there to be joy? Of course. The human mind will say, what can we do to bring about joy? What can we do to ascend? It's very simple. Relax and breathe and know that you are already in the embrace of the great I. There is nothing for you to do other than celebrate what is unfolding. Pay attention, pay attention. Hear the sounds. Breathe the air. Sense what is different and new. Humanity have been conditioned to be afraid of what is new rather than be curious by it. You are sensing a new reality, a new dimensional fabric, a new vibrational frequency. You are coming out of your encased glass house back into Gaia. Breathe deeply. Enjoy. You are already here. It's only your minds that are not. Your body is far more intelligent than your mind. Yes.
Yes. Yes, that's what I was feeling. I was really feeling that it's in my body, that it's happening, and that I have to trust my body and my heart, and that's so simple. And
Yes.
so how can we unlock all this mental lock that we have and just be in our
Pay
body?
attention to the body. Curiosity is key. Curiosity, because then what is this I'm feeling in my body? What is this? Why does my heart feel strange? Why is my temperature strange? Why do I feel these different sensations? Why isn't gravity increased? What is this? What is this? What is this? It brings all of your attention back to this, because this physiology is the portal for your cosmic consciousness into this realm. The second thing, first is curiosity. Secondly, is having the wisdom to know there is nothing to do here. The great challenge for the mind is the state of no requirement, because a human will always say, what work do I need to do? I notice this now, what do I need to do? That is the obsession with the mind to change what is. The state of no requirement, non-requirement, is the state of peace. Humans want peace. And they say, what do I have to do to get peace? What is required to achieve peace? That's a paradox. The state of no requirement is the state of peace. And from peace comes joy. And joy is the energy of creation. Yes. But it's even more powerful than what your mind may believe, because we say this to you. Humans have become so obsessed with required action that they believe there is a requirement even for their own existence, which means that you, Blessed One, as a human, have often asked yourself, as has this one, as has every, what is it that I must do to validate my existence here? I must do something of value. I must justify my existence. You are the only species in the cosmos that believes you must justify your existence. Like a slave, yes. The tree does not justify its existence, neither does the fish in the ocean. It's not interested in its purpose. It's in a state of no requirement. Peace, joy, creation. Yes?
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you to the masters. It's so simple. I mean, it's it's just being, isn't it? Being and being happy.
It is the secret to what you call ascension.
It's being and being happy and being curious and being open. And this brings to me this question of our galacticness, because okay, we are living here, we are the children of Gaia, we are the children of our own reality that we are creating, but we are also children of the cosmos. So what can you tell us about this now, this galactic, those galactic brothers and sisters that are living also around us, maybe watching us?
With you. Because the earth reality is like a crystalline orb that sits in a room with your galactic brothers and sisters. And it is a crystalline orb, and we say specifically crystalline, that is surrounded or has been surrounded by a magnetic field that created the time encapsulation that enclosed the system, this magnetic field that it was difficult for humans to ascend beyond or evolve beyond. And of course, now that you're stepping into your own state of grace, each human now acts as a doorway or a portal that opens up that magnetic field so that everything begins to open again into the room of timelessness. Because the earth reality is like an encapsulated holographic realm that sits within a state of timelessness. It's only the density of the magnetic field that renders it a closed system. The human form itself is the entry and exit point into your world. You come in through the human form, you leave through the human form. This is the portal between multidimensionality and this encapsulated realm. So that's why it's so important to pay attention to your bodies. When you go to sleep, you are moving in and out. So you, in your dedication, you in your willingness to exist, particularly in a state of no requirement, means that your form now opens, and it opens the magnetic field so that timelessness floods this realm. The magnetic field opens and multidimensionality is restored. That's why so many humans at this time are losing sense of time. Time is unpredictable. I don't understand, because your bodies are now opening this magnetic field and you're moving in and out of a state of timelessness and third, fourth time density. You are the temples. You are the portals. It's the greatest secret that's out in the open, but nobody seems to remember.
It makes me so joyful. Sorry, I'm taking everything
the truth
in.
is always so simple.
Makes me so joyful, and of course I'm resonating and taking everything in. And thank you, masters, and thank you for this love, because in fact, well, in the end, love, isn't it all this? Isn't it grace, joy, curiosity?
It is the natural way.
Yes.
When you discover that there is no requirement for you to be here, but a simple joy of the I am. And then you open the earth to the multidimensional timeless, and you feel your brothers and sisters embracing you once again. So the earth once again becomes an open system. Yes. Interesting. Fascinating. Joyful.
Yes. It's really, that's what I feel. I feel like shouting and yelling and jumping.
Yes. And you can't prevent it. It's inevitable, but you can enjoy it.
Yes, pleasure. That's other dimension to it. I mean, that's that other aspect of it. It's all the same aspect, isn't it? I mean, it's all the same aspect of it's all fractal, and it's all different words, isn't it, to put on it?
Of course. So it's not a great burden. It's not a great responsibility. It's a great celebration.
Yes. It's not serious and stern, it's joy. It's, you know.
It's happening.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you to the masters. Do you have anything else to add, or?
Let us be very clear that unpredictability is a signature of the state of timelessness. Because if something cannot be predicted, it means it's being created in that moment. If something is unpredictable and unexpected and disruptive to you, you are now moving beyond the predictability of an encapsulated closed system. And the disruption you experience is designed to bring you more, because you have all asked for more. All who are listening to our words, you have asked for more. There has been a collective desire for evolution beyond a closed system. And here we are. Be in joy, not fear. Be in celebration, not disappointment. Be alive. Live well. Peace be with you.
Thank you. Thank you to the masters. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca, for bringing them in. Thank you to everyone. Well, I don't see anything to add to this beautiful conversation, except to come back to this interview container, to come back to this reality of Rebecca and Liz.
Point of focus.
Yes, to conclude, maybe. So, well, thank you for this beautiful gift, obviously, of this sacred container that you shared. But also, you are also offering other free gifts. You are offering a chapter of your book, The Agreement, and also you are offering a short video on about this intensity of being this new human we just touched upon. So do you have any words to say, a few words to say maybe on this?
Oh, if you go to my website and you just pop in your email address, we'll just send you a chapter all about the body, actually, and what's happening with the body now. because it's so helpful for this time, and a video about dealing with the intensity. But actually, I have a lot of free articles and videos on my website. You can get a lot of resources there, and also on YouTube, I put channelings up there for free all the time. So yeah, feel free to dive in and see what resonates.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, thank you again, Rebecca. Thank you again to the masters. Thank you to the audience for being here. Thank you to everybody watching. I'm sure that you took so much in from this beautiful conversation. So, namaste. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me and co-creating the conversation.
Thank you.